Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Eternal October. I said that differently a little bit. This is the 17th episode.
Hell yeah.
I'm James.
I'm Lauren.
And today, we're doing another horror thing. The thing that we mentioned at the end of last week is not what we're doing right now.
Rip, yeah.
Because I need to get a piece of equipment for that.
Yup.
I lost the cap to the pen.
Nice.
Damn, this thing's gonna dry the fuck up. It's not a pen, it's one of those like felt tip things.
Oh, the ink?
Yeah, I don't know what these are called. But yeah, there's like a marker that like dries up. Anyway. Today we have a weird one. It's not that weird. I just didn't know how to call it. I went with a horror franchise first entry madness bracket. So it sounds weird, but we're just talking about the OGs today. We're talking about franchise movies, but we're only talking about the OG.
Yes, the first one.
The first of the pack.
Yeah.
This is not the order we'll be debating them in, but like on this list we have Halloween, 1978, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the date written down right here, so Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, we're talking about the original. Friday the 13th, the first one. Child's Play, the original. Evil Dead, the original. Scream, 1996 or whatever. I don't know the year for most of these, so I'm just saying the original. Saw, the original, 2003 or 2004, whenever that one came out. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 70s one.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to be discussing those. We're going to be pitting those against each other in a randomized order, and it should be fun. The reason we did this, there was so much debate about how to do one of these madness brackets, and we were thinking about doing remakes, we were thinking about doing requels,
yeah,
or sequels. We were thinking about all this stuff, and we kept running into problems where I felt the movies that were being debated to be put on the list were not of level-headedness. Like there were standout movies, but in this list, for the most part, there's a couple exceptions, but for the most part, these movies can all go head-to-head, and I feel like it's fair. I do not know. I'm not going into this with a clear winner in mind, and that's a good thing. I think, for me, there's at least 4 of these that could win, I already said. And I haven't thought about it that critically yet, so we're going to do that right here. Yeah.
Live.
We'll see where it's going. Also, this is coming to you late. Because we're recording on Saturday night again, right before it's supposed to go up.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not good at keeping up lately. Anyway, why don't we get into our first matchup then?
Woo! Yeah.
It's a doozy.
Oh?
For you, it's a doozy.
In what context?
Well, let me say.
Is it both of them that I love?
No, I think you love most of these movies, but...
If we're only talking about the first one, then yeah, maybe, yeah.
Most of them. Well, all you need to know that it'll be a doozy is that the first movie is Child's Play.
Okay.
One of your favorites of all time. Well, one of your favorite series of all time, probably.
Yeah.
It's got Chucky's like your favorite boy, right?
Yeah, he's my boy. My little chuckle fuck.
Yeah, it's interesting. And that's up against Evil Dead. That's the first match we got. We got a doozer. I don't even know where you land on this. Well, I think I do, actually. I think we disagree, so this should be fun.
Oh no.
Yeah. See, here we go.
So it's starting.
Now we have a debate.
Oh no, I wouldn't say it's a debate.
Really?
Because you think like we've talked about this obviously off our pod, but we've had many discussions, but yeah, you think that I hate the original Evil Dead, but I don't.
What I know about you is the original Evil Dead is your least favorite Evil Dead. Well, unless Rise is now, I don't know, but of the first 4 Evil Dead movies, this was your least favorite.
Yes. It is ranked the last movie.
Yes.
But that's not because I don't like it or I don't love it or anything like that. It's just I prefer, obviously, I've talked about it many times to you and already on the pod that, yeah, I just prefer the 2013 remake. But I love all the movies in Evil Dead because I love Evil Dead. It's just all the movies to me. Like, because you can even pull it up on my letterbox. I've given all the movies like 4, 4.5, 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
All those movies. And I love all those movies. So, yeah. Just because I have the first movie last on my on a ranking scale doesn't mean that I hate it or anything. I prefer other ones over it.
Well, from the original trilogy, I do think it's the weakest, just as a movie.
Mm-hmm. And it is, and I think that's fair to say.
And that's pretty much why it's on this list in the first place, because
when
we were talking about sequels and stuff, I was like, we can't put Evil Dead because it's just going to blow everything out of the water.
Yeah.
Because you can't really fight with Evil Dead 2 or even Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Like, some banger movies. But Evil Dead 1 could go far here, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not necessarily a blowout or anything. It's a great movie, but it's much more interesting because of its history, and I've always said that.
No, it is. I agree.
It's, in my opinion, more enjoyable to watch just with Bruce Campbell's commentary than to actually watch it without. And that's not a diss on the actual movie, because I do find that very enjoyable to watch as it is. It's just that the commentary
it just adds something to it, dude.
It adds to it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the commentary itself is just as good of a movie, or like, I don't know, if not better, because at its heart, Evil Dead is a very simple movie, but it's the execution that makes it so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. So, okay, we've had a little bit of discourse about Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Child's Play is one of your favorite series, has one of your favorite villains ever.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the first movie, which isn't your favorite, but it's up there for you, right?
It is the movie that started it all, because, it's the first horror movie I ever watched when I was 3. And it's the movie that got me into being the horror movie lover that I am today. But yeah, I do very much love this one. But as I've said it before, it's the Child's Play 2 that I love the most. That's my number 1.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm preferring Child's Play 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
Because don't get me wrong,
I'm going to show my hand too early here, but like the first one doesn't do much for me. I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
But I don't remember much about it at this point other than the basic origin story of Chucky and and him like losing his shit behind that fireplace.
Talk to me, damn it, or else I'm gonna throw you in the fire. Oh, you filthy bitch, you filthy slut. Don't you fuck with me. As he goes ape shit in Andy's mom.
See, so that was pretty funny, but I gotta be real, beyond like, the beginning of the movie where we find out to me, very disappointingly find out that what Chucky is, because I didn't know until we saw that together.
Wait, with what?
I didn't ever know the origin of Chucky
Oh, yeah, that's right.
before we watched it together. And
Yeah,
I thought it was a really lame thing.
Yeah,
that he's
that's
possessed
right.
by a serial killer.
Yeah, because when it ended, you're like, wait, that's the origin? That's it? And I'm like, wait, what? And then
Just like from the beginning,
yeah.
I'm not big on that concept that he's just possessed by a serial killer, because I personally found Chucky, the concept of him, a lot scarier as a sentient doll. Like, just, which I guess you can still say he's a sentient doll, but I don't know, being possessed by a human makes it less scary to me.
I guess, yeah.
And yeah, it's not a movie that I feel tries that hard to be scary either. It's kind of more of a...
It knows what it is. It doesn't try to go beyond. Like,
it's always leaned into the wacky kind of comedy part of it as well.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I've always liked about Chucky, or just the movies in general, is because, like, yeah, from the very first one, like, it tries to be, like, kind of like, I wouldn't say serious, but it kind of, like, is in the middle of it, while also having, like, yeah, like, the whole scene of, like, Chucky coming alive in Andy's mom's. I love that part. It's one of my favorites. That, or like when he's trying to find Andy and then he's in the elevator and then, like, the old lady is like, oh, what an ugly doll, and then the elevator is going up and he's like, fuck you. Like, like, he has, like, his little quips. Not as much as, like, in the other movies where, like, yeah, with Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, most notably with, and everything like that. But yeah, like, the first one, it rides of been kind of, like, being somewhat serious, but not overly serious, while also being kind of, like, dumb and fun and campy.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've always appreciated about Chucky and just the movies in general. Like, it plays on both. It can either be both, or you get a movie like Seed of Chucky where it just is a full-on black comedy and we have a scene of Chucky jerking off. So, like, it goes hand in hand. So
yeah, I have the hottest of Chucky takes, because
and I appreciate yeah. No, I love that one too. No, don't get me wrong. I love Seed of Chucky, but I also have my issues and gripes with it. But I can still, like, put it on the TV. I'm still gonna be here on the couch laughing my ass off.
I mean, to be clear, I didn't rate it well. I don't think it's a good movie, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it is enjoyable. I mean, I can agree that it sucks, but I also have fun with it too.
But
it's just really funny.
No, but I hate Bride of Chucky. So that's where I'm weird.
Yeah, see, that where
I know.
That's where you and I get in a tiff.
The chuckleheads disagree with me. And I don't know.
To be fair, you wouldn't be that far off, because, I mean, just you can look up on Letterboxd.
If you look at Letterboxd, Bride has way better ratings than Seed.
But a lot of people have come around to enjoy Seed of Chucky, so that with that take, you're not that far off. Because Lindsay, my younger sister, she really loves Seed of Chucky. She prefers it over, actually, Bride of Chucky as well. So you're not alone in that.
Well, yeah, because I thought Bride was maybe the worst. I haven't looked at my rating in a while. I don't remember.
Yeah, I know quite a lot of people who've come around, like, within the horror community, preferring actually Seed. So it's not that hot of a take, but yeah.
Let's not get too off track.
Yeah, talking about the first one. Yeah.
I don't know. So these, interestingly, for how rare this phenomenon is, these are two movies where the sequel is better.
Yeah.
Not that that's really relevant to this conversation, but it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. We both prefer the sequels over the original with these.
Sequels are not usually better. Ever.
Yeah.
So
it's a very rare occasion.
Evil Dead, it's got an immaculate vibe. It really takes you back when you watch that, at least for me. I can't speak for everyone, but it, like, it feels like you're watching a fucking classic when you throw that on.
No, I agree.
It feels like
It feels
like an older movie, but it feels like vintage. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it feels
held up so well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, kind of gives off like not the vibe of a found footage movie, but in that sense, I don't know if that. I don't know.
No, I get. It's like okay. I guess it doesn't really relate to what you're saying, but it's just a through and through classic.
Yeah.
There's like, I think there's at least like 2 other big movies where like there's characters watching Evil Dead in the movie that I've seen. Like obviously Donnie Darko has the scene where they go see Evil Dead, but
there's another movie too where
I'm pretty sure there's another one.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't know what. I can't remember right now, but I always thought that was interesting how it gets paid homage to so often.
Yeah, there's another movie where you see them watching Evil Dead, and I'm trying to remember what it is.
Anyway, yeah, because I don't know, but I want to keep the conversation going. But I mean, we can put our choices out there now. And we'll debate further if need be, because it's not a surprise. I'm going to go Evil Dead here. Where are you going?
This is where I'm having internal conflict.
Yeah, which is good. This wasn't supposed to be easy.
Yeah, no, I know this wasn't going to be easy because I'm so indecisive. Because I love all these movies. Some of them. But, yeah, fuck. I don't know.
You don't know. You're going to have to know.
No, I know I'm going to have to know, but goddamn.
If you don't pick, we got to go with my pick. But if you just agree with mine, obviously that works too. But, I mean, you can fight for Chucky if you truly think it's the better movie.
If I go with the movie that I hold that started it, I can't speak. Fuck. Do I choose the movie that started it all for me when I was, little 3-year-old, or go with
the classic,
the chef's kiss of starting the low budget horror movies?
The ultimate B movie classic.
That has Bruce Campbell and the
Sam
practical effects, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when Ted Ramey's hand in some point of the movie too.
There's just a lot going for it. It's a movie I respect the hell out of.
Well, I'm sad to disappoint to chuckle fuck, but gotta go with Evil Dead.
All right. There will be more difficult battles coming through, but we're gonna move.
Sorry, Chucky.
We're gonna move Evil Dead forward for now.
Yeah.
And we got another tough one.
No.
They're all gonna be they're not all gonna be tough, but like most of these will be kind of tough, and that's good.
Oh no.
It's good for the soul.
Is it?
Yeah. So we have up next Halloween.
Ooh.
Up against Nightmare on Elm Street.
Fuck me. God damn it. No. Ugh. Are you kidding me right now?
Classic Titans.
Oh my god. I'm dying over here.
It's Michael versus Freddy.
Fuck. God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's talk a bit. Halloween. Basically, not even basically, it created this genre. Not this genre, but like a genre that many of these movies fall into. The slasher. I mean, you could say Psycho, but I'm saying Halloween.
A lot of people would say Psycho.
I'm saying it, like, for what the slasher became, it was all Halloween. Halloween has so many copycats, so many. One of them's on this list. Like literally, it was so revolutionary that there's a whole other series that was just based on it. That is like pretty much as much of a household name.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, well,
but we've talked about it before. So,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's just you can't deny the influence of Halloween. You can't deny Michael Myers. You can't deny the soundtrack.
Ugh,
you can't deny
yeah.
John Carpenter has some fucking bangers.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it's kind of irrelevant because we're just talking about this movie, but John Carpenter, worth the name drop.
Yeah, just the first movie alone. I mean, I fucking love this movie. It is definitely one of my favorites. It's in like horror movies or yeah. Michael Myers is another one that I love. He's like my he I would say he's definitely second or goes hand in hand because I also love Freddy. That's the next movie. But yeah, no, the first one, yeah, just Halloween, I love it. The feel when you watch the movie is like you put it on and it puts you in the mood for autumn, for fall. I love it. The blue lighting. That's something that we never see again in the other movies. They try to bring it back in, I think, like in the sixth one of Curse of Michael Myers, but like, and then we don't ever see it. But like the first movie, it has like the blue lighting, and I love it. Actually, Michael Myers obviously is the best version in here. You got Dr. Loomis before he went eight wall. And the other ones, Donald Pleasance just being great in here. We get the whole speech about the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I love that whole monologue right there. Laurie, just before, they try to do her character all weird. Got classic Laurie here. Yeah, the score, it's just everything, man. This whole movie's amazing. I love it.
It's clearly the best in its series as well.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is the number one.
It's a fucking garbage dog-ass series.
There's a few of them that I like, but yeah, for the most part, the rest of them fucking suck. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, just to point out, this is not a case where it's like, oh, but 2 was better. I mean, 2 is still one of the better ones, but
this
is the best one.
2 is good.
I think I've gone on record before. We know that it's not my favorite movie, but it's a movie that I respect, and I think it's just a victim of not holding up for me because it created the genre. I had seen so many times this formula by the time that I actually went and saw the original, and it, unfortunately, I think if it was like the only movie of its kind, it might stand out to me still or feel a little different, but it is the victim of being the most basic slasher ever, but it created the formula. All right, okay, Nightmare on Elm Street. Now this takes like the quote-unquote slasher in a cool direction early on.
Yeah.
Bringing the dreams into it, bringing this monster type character, not just a dude in a mask. He's deformed. He's got claw hands, not just like a
razor
knife.
hands.
Yeah, he's you got fucking Freddy Krueger.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
And he talks.
Yeah.
And
his face looks like pepperoni pizza.
Yes. He's probably the least annoying, quippy villain ever.
I mean, he has his one-liners. He does have his quips.
I hate that shit, but
but
he
kind
doesn't
of like,
bother me that much.
Yeah, he doesn't have as much.
It's like he's actually trying to be cruel, which fits for someone who's fucking murdering you.
Yeah.
But goddamn, so much really was great about the original Nightmare on Elm Street that as a kid I didn't realize. As a kid, I thought all the movies were pretty much the same quality because, when you're a kid, you're dumb. You're just like, oh, it's Freddy. And you don't realize how much is going on behind the scenes. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, when I did the rewatch of this series like last year or however long ago that was now, it was clear that this movie was on another level.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to a lot of its contemporaries and compared to, of course, its sequels.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of just creativity, execution, there are a lot of cool effects in this shit.
Yeah, there is.
And a lot of very cool ways that they achieve them, like flipping an entire room around.
Yep, and that was actually real.
They did a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, they did that. They actually built the room on a sound stage to where they can flip it and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. All the behind shit on how they did most of the stuff and the dream sequences and everything.
You have what, Johnny Depp's first role?
Yeah. It was one, I think, because he was on the show 21 Jump Street. And then, this was his, first, I think,
Film role?
Yeah, first major breakout. Yeah.
Definitely breakout, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You get to see him wearing a crop top. And his kill is fucking awesome, too. The jacuzzi bed.
Yeah,
and
he
the
gets
blood
pulled through the blood.
Yeah, he gets sucked into the bed, and then the blood squirms up everywhere. Oh, I love that kill.
That's
one
the
of my
one they did
that's my
upside
favorite.
down, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they poured blood down, but it looked like it was shooting
Yeah, they
up.
reversed it. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And then also the same one where Nancy's sleeping and you see Freddy come through the wall.
Yes, that was really cool,
that's also
too.
my other favorite scene. Oh, I love that.
That one's achieved, in a much simpler way, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, and also towards the end of the movie when she's running up the stairs and it's sticky or something, the stairs start mushing together. And then how they did that behind it, I think they actually built it to where she really, how they achieved that. She's stepping, I think, in marshmallow fluff.
Oh,
they actually did that. Yeah.
Yeah, but the tongue coming through the phone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that. Yeah.
It's an immensely interesting, creative horror movie. And I feel like just growing up always knowing about Freddy made it seem less cool than it actually is. And what I mean by that is if I was around when the movie came out, it's such an interesting new concept.
Yeah.
And that gets taken for granted now, I think. There's the dream guy, dream killer. But no, it's a very, very cool thing. And I don't know. I guess we've done a little discussion on both of these.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if you have a pick.
I love both of these movies, and both of these villains are my favorite. So, it's really hard.
That's okay. This one is hard.
I thought the first one was hard, but nah, this one's really hard.
Ironically, they're both rated the same for me.
They're rated the same for me too. I think I rated the first.
No. I'm sorry. I mean, in the first one,
we
had Child's Play and Evil Dead, and that's a 3-star and a 4-star for me. And then, I guess to give away my answer here, we also have Halloween, a 3-star for me, and Nightmare on Elm Street, a 4-star for me. So
they're both 5 stars.
We know my pick. My pick's Nightmare on Elm Street, but I wanted to get yours out there first, so I guess I failed at that.
Again. Yeah.
Well, again, we can always debate if you want to.
No, I'm gonna have to give it to my boy Freddy.
It's a great movie. It's a great horror movie.
I'm sorry, Michael. I love both. Don't get me wrong, but Freddy somehow always gets left. So I wanted to do it right for my boy.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Those seem like we both more or
lot of
less
people
genuinely agreed on those first two, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have some disagreements.
I feel like a lot of people would have chose Halloween, and I love both, but I have to give it to Nightmare.
Oh, it's definitely one where I think a lot of people would go Halloween.
Yeah, a lot of people would, and I feel but I'm sorry, Michael Myers fans. Don't get me wrong. I love him, but you know what? Maybe they just need to do what they did, Freddy versus Jason. Maybe do Freddy versus Michael. Let's see who wins that one.
Oh boy,
I would fucking pay so much money to go see that.
Well, yeah, I think
I love Freddy. He's fucking awesome.
Our decision. We paid respect to Halloween and we paid respect to Nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad with our choice.
No, I don't feel bad either. It doesn't hurt me. I'm not crying.
All right. Now these next two matchups, admittedly, I think are much easier.
Okay.
But we're still going to talk about every movie.
Yeah.
So we've got two Saw movies. We got Saw.
Okay.
And we got Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I feel like we already know the answer with this one.
Of course we do.
Yeah.
But we're going to start with Saw.
Okay.
Which, again, definitely the best in its franchise. At least if you ask me. I don't know if there's one you prefer over this one. That'd be kind of... Oh, wait. The new one, right?
What do you mean?
10?
Oh, Saw X?
Yeah. Or do you still prefer the first?
Hold on.
I know you made a ranking.
Yeah,
For me, this is easily the best, like genuinely best movie in its franchise. I enjoy a lot of Saw movies, but not because they're good. But this one is okay. It's pretty good.
Yeah, my ranking, the first Saw movie is at number 3. So not that far.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, as far as genuine quality goes, this one's definitely crowned the best in its series. But that said, like it's aged really badly.
Yeah.
When I watched it, like the most recent time I saw it, yeah, it's just very. The editing.
There's a lot of back and forth.
The
and
music, or not the music. Sorry, it's a lot of it's the editing, which kind of is what makes Saw. But it definitely feels like a product of its time. I guess it's popular to give shit to Lee Winnell for his acting. You've talked about that.
Yeah. I
never picked up on it until I guess the most recent time I saw.
Yeah. I know.
I like him, but yeah, he doesn't give the best performance.
Well, no, his act. I mean, I don't know. I know, like when the movie first came out, he got a lot of hate and like got memed on and stuff like that. And which, yeah, I mean, when you watch it, he's not the best. But I don't think it deserved as much hate as he did when it first came out. I don't think it's that bad. I've seen worse acting. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it is bad, but it's not the worst. Like, obviously it's bearable. Like, yeah, I don't know. I always kind of it's funny, like, to meme on now, but I know he got like a lot of like flack for it when the movie came out and like and stuff like that, which I never understood because I don't think it's the worst thing ever.
All right, to its credit, we have some great stuff in here.
You get Billy.
You do. You get obviously the introduction of Jigsaw. You get the introduction of this format, which is wildly entertaining. Someone gets kidnapped, put in a fucked up trap, and they've got like 30 minutes to get out, or however long, and they gotta do something fucked up to themselves. and it's very watchable. And that's why so many of these sequels are enjoyable to me, is that alone.
We get the reverse bear trap. Enough said. We know who the winner is.
It was basically a new concept for a horror movie at the time. I mean, you have stuff before it like Cube, but I fucking think Cube is ass.
Sucks. It's utter dog shit.
Yeah, you have movies that like kind of were in this vein.
Yeah.
But like Saw fucking came and nailed it with the format.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has the overdramatic police plot line going on throughout the whole thing, which is also classic Saw. But yeah, it kind of just created its own genre, which is awesome.
Everything that a lot of Saw fans love and what Saw is known for comes from the first movie. It all goes back to the first movie, which,
for better or worse.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, like when I was younger, I really did love the first one. I really do, and I still do love the first one.
Oh, the first was my favorite when I was younger. Yeah, and it still is.
Yeah. But as I've kind of gotten older, I don't know. And obviously now more so after seeing Saw X. Saw X is my number one, actually.
That's what I thought. That's crazy to me, but hey, you can have that opinion.
But I mean, I'm not the only one, but yeah, no, I still very much enjoy the first Saw movie. And I think when I was getting a little bit older and when I would, rewatch this movie and stuff like that, I think one of the things that kind of brought the movie and like my, I guess, enjoyment kind of lowered is because of the back and forth that we go through, like kind of in the middle and towards the end of the movie. Like going back and forth between what's happening and then past before they got into the room that they're in, the whole back and forth between what's his Dr. Gordon and stuff. I think that's brought it down a little.
Giving like some character backstory.
Yeah, all that when he's telling.
It's definitely not its strong suit. And, definitely as the series went on, it's not a strong suit, but
I'd say it's a lot more worse than the first one.
But to give a positive, it has a great twist.
I was just about you took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah,
I was going to talk about the twist.
The movie has a great twist.
It
has a couple twists.
The best twist.
Well, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about Jigsaw himself, or are you talking about the key?
I'm talking about,
because there's two.
Well, I mean, they go hand in hand to me.
For me, it's the key.
No, I agree.
The first thing you see in this movie is that key.
Yes.
And just like Adam, you don't put it together.
Yeah, no.
Well, if we're real, it was never fair to him.
No, it wasn't, because
was never fair to him. But
they ended up retconning that. So yeah, they fucked Adam from the very beginning. My boy Adam deserves better. Like, goddamn, because they ended up.
The key was designed to go down the drain before he could even comprehend what was going on. But just as an audience member, it is a great twist where you're like, fuck, he was fucked the whole time.
Yep.
Because. Yeah, for whatever reason, you just see this little light floating through the water, and you don't know what you're seeing yet either when you first watch.
And then we see it go down the drain, and they're like, okay, whatever. Like,
you just never think about it again. And then, at least, we all saw this when we were kids, so maybe if you're an adult and you see it the first time, you would put it together, but blew my mind as a kid. And I still think it's a good twist. Anyway, so we had to pay some respects to Saw. Obviously, it's not the greatest movie. It's not a good series.
No.
Despite how much I love it. But, all right. Then we got to talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. What do we say?
What hasn't been said? Yeah. This one's different because we all know it's great.
Yeah.
Except I didn't the first time I saw it.
Yeah, no,
I've told you that I wasn't
Yeah.
big on it when I first saw it, but on a rewatch, like it all clicked.
Yeah.
And I do think it is definitely one of the greats.
Mm-hmm.
It belongs here with these others, even if it's another one where the whole series sucks. It's just the first one that's good.
And the remake.
Some people like the remake.
I do like the 2003 one though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that one.
I did remember thinking it was all right. I mean, it's got nothing on this, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What do you say about the classic Texas Chainsaw Massacre? It feels very
dirty.
Yes, it feels grimy.
You want to take a shower after.
Gritty. Everyone says that. It's
Grindhouse. Yeah, it's very grindhouse.
It feels very homemade. It feels this one to me almost feels like you said about Evil Dead, like a found footage type thing.
Well, yeah, this one definitely is more so in the vein. Yeah.
With angles and just like I guess it feels very low budget.
No, yeah.
Maybe it is low, but I
think it was low budget, if I'm mistaken.
Actually don't know the history of this one that well. Probably should, but don't.
I know bits and pieces, but yeah.
Yeah, this is like the classic, like kind of grindhouse movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's some very upsetting sequences, I would think. Especially the end, which solidifies it.
I love the whole ending.
The end is definitely the best part.
Yeah.
The last 15 minutes or so.
Or last 20 minutes. Yeah, the whole, like, the last 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah.
When you meet the family.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that.
But yeah, not to discount what comes before then, but that whole section is very memorable.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also seeing Leatherface's little workshop, whatever.
Yeah.
His little area where he's got meat hooks.
Mm-hmm.
And
the whole iconic shot of the girl wearing the red shorts.
You got a classic butt.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
And
I don't know. It is hard to really add to this conversation. Sound like you were gonna say something.
No, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, I love the whole part of where I think, forget who is it, the guy who's like walking in the house and like it's very calm, you know. You're just looking around the house and we get angles of like how dirty the house is and stuff like that. And then he walks past and then boom, the doors like open and then we see the fucking Leatherface.
Yeah.
And then just pulls out the chainsaw and then fucking grabs the guy and puts him on the fucking hook like right away. Yeah. I love that whole scene.
The chainsaw as a weapon is just brutal.
It's just awesome. It's so fucking badass. I love it.
Again, at the end, you have classic Leatherface dancing around with his chainsaw as he's angry.
That's literally me.
Man. This one is due for a rewatch for me also. Because I would like to fill in the blanks more thoroughly about, like, I remember all the iconic moments and I remember the whole vibe and feel and look of it. But yeah, at this point, I don't feel like there's much I can add to it. If you want to say anything else, go for it. But I think we know what wins the.
Yeah, I mean, I do very much love the first one. Obviously, it's the best. I also love the score. It's not. It's nothing like compared to like any other score, but like this one is like it's like screechy like violins or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I love it. I
can't comment because I do not remember the score.
Oh, you don't? I go or something. I can't even like I can't even like make a sound of how it sounds because it's like so particular, but it's like screeching violins or something like that. I'm not sure what it is, but I love it.
Something that's like overused as fuck now, but at the time.
I wouldn't even say it's overused in the movie because it doesn't play out throughout the whole movie. It's only in the beginning when with the narrator.
No, it's just like that type of horror score was copied a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean I guess,
but yeah.
But I've never heard at least the score, the little bit of score that we get in this movie. I've never heard it in any other horror movie, so that's what I'm saying. Like it's very particular, and I've never heard of it in any other. But yeah, I mean I love it. It's used in the game in the game that a couple months ago came out.
The Dead by Daylight clone.
Yeah, they used it, but yeah, no, I don't really have much to say because I mean, yeah, what is to say about this one? A lot of people have talked about this one, but I do love this one, but I think we all know it's gonna go to Saw.
Oh, stop it. But before we do put this forward,
okay.
Saw does unironically have a good score. Just cool music.
That's what I mentioned, Zep.
Oh, I thought you meant the character.
No,
but yeah, the song is called "Hello Zep."
Yeah, it's Overture / Hello Zep.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I play that and I'm fucking two-step into that bitch. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god.
But
I want to fucking be in a mosh pit when that fucking goes on, dude. I love it. Ugh,
but yeah, we're moving Texas Chainsaw forward.
Wait, what?
You're fucking with me. You're not fucking with me?
Wait, what?
You're not fucking with me?
No! Wait, I thought we were in agreement.
This is interesting.
Oh, shit.
This is interesting.
Oh, wait, I thought we were going Saw.
Absolutely not.
Yo, oh.
So we're in disagreement.
Oh.
That was genuine. Genuinely, you caught me off guard.
You caught me off guard, too.
Well, yeah, I mean... I don't think Saw is held up very well. I mean, you even said it's the third best in its own series. I don't know. But if you want to fight for it, I mean, it does suck because again, I wish there was more to say about Texas Chainsaw, but the reason there isn't is just because it's a bona fide classic.
But people could say that Saw is also a classic.
Yeah, in a way.
That's what I was going to say. In a way.
It's not remembered fondly.
It will be remembered fondly in like 20 years. People are going to be like, oh yeah, what's that dude? Billy. Billy is such a... I mean, to be fair, I mean, Leatherface is iconic, and Billy the Puppet, a.k.a. Jigsaw, is also very iconic. He's already in the conversation for like horror villains and stuff. You got John Kramer. Come on.
You do.
I would say John Kramer would probably fucking body Leatherface.
Well, that's not the conversation. Nor is that true.
I think so. I think he could.
But, man, this is just such an upset. That's interesting.
It's already starting.
I thought you were joking. I totally thought you were joking.
I thought you were joking too, because I was like, we already know the answer.
You thought I was joking that the classic was gonna overtake the mid-2000s schlock that is enjoyable also? I love Saw.
That's what I said. Yeah.
But even at its best, it's a 6 out of 10. You know, this movie is a. I don't think it's a great movie.
No, I know. I know you don't think it's a great movie.
But I think it's a fun movie, and it's got good aspects, and I think we covered them well. But like, we didn't say anything negative about Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Like, what is there? What is there really anything that sucks about Texas Chainsaw?
I mean, to be fair, both of these movies have shitty sequels.
Oh yeah. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
Like Up the Wazoo. They're all terrible. I mean, in my opinion, they're pretty much all terrible.
I mean, aside from the couple
you like
that
a couple from both.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but just talking about the originals here, I don't know. There's a lot of flaws to point out with Saw, and I can't think of anything with Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't feel dated. It works just as well, I think.
Yeah, with Saw, you can have fun with it and stuff, but yeah,
I'm not saying don't have fun with Saw.
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm always gonna have fun with Saw.
I mean, well,
but we're discussing the better movie here.
Yeah,
I'm not going Saw. I'm not. I mean, I don't know if I've convinced you yet, but I'm not going Saw.
Well, no, because I have both love for these movies, but I also have both issues with these movies too.
What are your issues for Texas Chainsaw?
Not so much the first one.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like the rest of them.
Well, there we go. We're only talking about the first one.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. Because both of these movies, I do enjoy, and yeah, I mean, if anything, I have quite a few issues with Saw than Texas Chainsaw. So I guess bye, Billy.
All right, well, moving forward.
Yeah.
Man, I super thought we were on the same page.
No, we were both in denial, and we both thought
that was interesting. All right.
No,
I literally thought you were joking. You're like, yeah, move Saw. I'm like, what?
I thought you were in the same page with me with Saw. That's why.
All right, well, we're definitely going to be on the same page with this next one.
Okay.
Our last preliminary lineup match, or whatever you would call it. We got Scream.
Hey, another
the second
Wes Craven movie.
Yes.
Rip.
And we got Friday the 13th. So yeah, this one's well, we don't.
Spoiler.
Yeah, we know.
We know. Oh, do we? Because we said this the last time.
We really are on the same page here, but we need to talk about them both. And we're gonna start with Scream.
Okay.
Because that's the order. Scream's another one that's what hasn't been said, but I definitely think it's one of the definitely one of the best movies on this list. So I guess I might already give away the answer. But yeah, great. A very original and unique movie when it came out, especially for its whole approach to being part parody, very aware of itself, being a commentary. These are things that we're so inundated with now, to the point that it's annoying, and like I'm personally very over it. But when you go back and watch Scream, and you know what the landscape was like at the time, it feels like, oh man, you can feel vicariously how it was fresh at the time.
Yeah.
And it still feels good to watch now. Mm-hmm. Because it doesn't even go nearly as hard as a lot of those, modern meta movies try to go.
Well, yeah, a lot of movies. I mean, yeah, right after Scream, we had a whole bunch of copycats.
Oh, yeah.
That tried to do the whole meta-ness. Because, yeah, right after Scream, we got Bride of Chucky. I Know What You Did Last Summer. What else? There's a few other movies, but yeah, we had a whole bunch of other movies that copied or that try to copy Scream. But yeah, it's this one, man. So good that you mentioned it's refreshing, because yeah, a lot of movies, especially even now, try to do exactly what Scream does, but gotta give props because Scream is the one to do it first and to do it really the best.
One of the best.
It's
there are other good movies that break the fourth wall for sure, but they're honestly rare at this point because a lot of the time it's used as such a gimmick now where they forget to make the movie actually good, and they're just like, but if we break the fourth wall, people will like it.
Yeah, and also with what we get in with Scream, it's the plot too. It's what moves the movie forward. It's
still a slasher. It's an engaging slasher with a very interesting concept for a villain.
Yeah.
Where, yes, as you get into the sequels, there's a different villain in every movie.
Yep. It's not one person.
But it's always Ghostface.
Mm-hmm. The look is the same, but who's behind the mask is always different.
And, big spoils, 2 killers.
Hey!
Big, great twist that the first time I saw it, did not see coming. And, I mean, as they went on and the other movies did it, it's become a little less cool in my opinion. But,
fair.
In the first movie, it totally caught me off guard because you're trying to figure out, just like everyone in the movie is trying to figure out how this guy has all these places doing all these things, and you're like, oh, it's probably just bad horror movie logic.
Yeah.
Where they didn't think about how this would ever really be possible, but they did. It's 2 dudes.
God, the whole third act for the first Scream is it's one of my favorites. It's the best. And I love there's a few other sequels that I do love because Scream 4 is also my second favorite. And I also love that final act too, but dude, it is so good because the whole third act takes there's at least I think 20 minutes before we get into the kitchen of going back and forth from inside the house to outside because with Gail and Dewey and then Stu and just it's so chaotic of the whole third act and before the reveal also within the third act of being inside Stu's house and inside the kitchen.
Right.
Funny, I had when I was younger, when I first watched this, I knew it was Billy, but I didn't.
He's the obvious one.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was Billy, but I never did guess it was 2 killers.
Because
and
you're thinking it's one person.
And I didn't think it was Stu.
And it does this cool thing where for 5 minutes, it really dupes you. Because you see what you think is Billy die. I think it's Billy.
Yeah, it's Billy. Yeah, Billy.
You think he dies, but there's still a ghost face. You're like, wait, I was wrong? No, you're not wrong. Just wait a few minutes.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's great. The first time you see it, the roller coaster of figuring out who done it.
Oh, don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
Is that in the first movie?
Yeah. It's Tatum.
Okay.
Stu's girlfriend.
There's the guy who's obsessed with the rules of horror movies.
Randy, my boy. I love him. He's me.
Very fun character. Very fun way to explore this meta concept.
Yes. Everybody's a suspect.
Very entertaining movie just through and through.
Yeah.
Very great opening scene.
Yes. Drew Barrymore. It's the best because the promotion for this movie was Drew all over, and that's who's on the cover. It's zoomed in on her face. That's who it's Drew Barrymore, and that's who they were doing all the promotional, and because she was obviously the it girl at the time, and so everyone's like, oh yeah, Drew Barrymore, she's gonna be the lead, and then to see that whole opening act and she's dead within 5 minutes.
I didn't know that, but that's cool.
Yeah.
I was more referring to the formula of the phone call
Oh, well, yeah.
and
What's your favorite scary movie?
the classic line.
Yep.
Yes. And the discussion of other scary movies, including Nightmare on Elm Street, which is very funny,
But
with Wes having directed both.
yeah.
And he shits on the sequels.
Yeah.
Or was that a New Nightmare? I can't remember anymore. New Nightmare was like the prototype of this, and spoiler, I don't think it's that great. A lot of people do. I think this is where he nailed.
I love both, but
he nailed this
Scream
idea
did it
here.
better, yeah. But I love New Nightmare as well.
That's some good discourse on Scream. Let's do Friday the 13th. All right. Well, yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of the first movie.
No one is. Well,
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think it's bad. I think
No,
it's
I don't
fine.
think it's. Yeah, no. I mean,
A lot of people do think it's bad.
it's in
But
the middle for me. It depends on my mood, like what if I'm watching. Because this isn't a movie. With this series, there's many movies in this franchise that I don't watch, but yeah, no. I mean, the first one, depending if I want to watch it and depending on what mood, I enjoy it or I just been like, meh.
this one, especially after watching the whole series, I don't remember much about the first, because when you watch this series, the formula is it's so formulaic that
and it
they
changes.
can blend together if you're not like a nerd about these movies.
Mhm.
Like, so I don't know if I can reference much that happens specifically in the first movie. I know in the first movie the killer is, of course,
Pamela.
Jason's mom.
Yep.
And funny enough, they have that shout and scream.
Yep.
So yeah. But yeah, I do like it much better when Jason is killing in his movies.
Yeah.
Um
Well, yeah, because Jason's not even in here. He doesn't.
Yeah, there's deaths, but there's no face to it until the
it's all
end.
POV shots.
You see the mom is revealed. Of course, the characters are not memorable. They're fodder for getting killed off.
The only memorable thing is with Kevin Bacon in the bed, and he gets his neck slit.
That was in this one?
Yeah, it was in the first one. Yeah, Kevin Bacon.
I do have a slight memory coming back for that.
Yeah, he's like laying down in the bed, and I think he's like listening to music. He has like headphones or something like that, or he's just reading a book or something. He's laying down on his bed, and all of a sudden you see like a knife go through his neck.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. That's like pretty much like the only thing that's memorable to me.
There's the Doomsayer. I think he was in like the first two movies. And then I thought he was going to be in them all, but then he was just not.
Yeah. And then, yeah, the whole ending with Pamela showing up. Like
that's probably the most memorable thing about the first movie is that it was Jason's mom. And if there was only ever one movie, it wouldn't be that memorable.
Mm-mm.
It's memorable that it wasn't Jason because of the sequels.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not the best movie in its franchise.
Mm-mm.
I might have even been too lenient on it. I need to go back because I gave it a 6 out of 10. It seems.
I think I gave the first movie like 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think like this is, of course, the series that saw the success of Halloween and shamelessly tried to rip it off with a summer camp setting.
Yep.
And it is extraordinarily generic, but not a bad movie if you just want to pass the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch a different one. If you're gonna watch, I personally recommend 3, 4, or 6. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, the final chapter.
Yeah, that one was good.
And
think.
also, the final chapter, Jason lives. And what else?
Yeah,
Freddy
Jason Lives
versus
was 6.
Jason. I would recommend as well with those ones.
So yeah, clearly we don't have any stunning endorsement for this movie. And we're gonna move Scream along.
Hey.
But I don't know. Is there anything else to say about Friday the 13th?
No.
It's got the. Does the first one have that? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. Right in the
Which
title.
doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's supposed to be like Jason saying it. That's what they say later anyway. But
yeah, but you're.
I can't remember what. I watched that whole documentary on it, and they talked about what he's saying, but I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I forget too. But yeah, he is saying something.
Let me check, because I gotta do that now that I brought it up. What does Jason say?
I forget the actress who plays Pamela. I think her name's Betsy. Unless I'm wrong.
Oh, okay. So it's Ki-ma, like kill mom, I think,
Yeah.
or something. Ki-ma-ma-ma, which is really weird.
I don't believe
Because
it.
it doesn't sound like that. Everyone's always heard
Yeah, I don't believe them. I think they just pulled that out of their ass, just like the rest of the fucking sequels and retcon they do in this fucking series.
Yeah.
Like for Friday the 13th, it's such a weird thing because like a lot of horror fans love this series, and I don't know why they think it's one of the best.
It's an iconic series.
No, because it is iconic.
Jason's iconic.
I was gonna say it's only because of Jason. Because yes, Jason himself is a fucking badass motherfucker. He's running around with the fucking hockey mask, with the fucking machete in his hand, and fucking going 8-wall, killing these fucking teenagers, sex crazed teenagers, by I add. And yeah, like no, I love Jason and everything, but like I've always said, I love Jason, but I hate his fucking movies. There's only a few of them that I enjoy, but aside from that, oof.
I don't think he has the worst series on here, but
For me, I think his movies
terrible.
are pretty bad.
I mean, he's definitely got a lot of bad movies, but like I said before, I think Halloween is the worst series.
I'd say both.
I think Texas Chainsaw is the worst series.
That too.
Yeah, those two are probably the ones on here that are worse, in my opinion. I mean, obviously there's Saw, but most of those I enjoy watching at least. So
yeah.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So we're moving on to Scream. Friday the 13th was unfortunately probably gonna lose to anything.
Yeah.
But you can't not include it in the conversation.
Well, yeah, makes sense.
All right, now it's gonna get hard because we've got.
Oof, I'm scared.
These are the 4, spoiler alert, that I said like could win, obviously, because I voted for all of these. These are not clear to me because these are probably all 4 of these are 4-star movies for me. Texas Chainsaw had at 3.5, but I think it might be a 4 if I rewatch. I don't know.
Oh wow, okay.
We'll see.
That's crazy because you're so critical.
Well, let's get on with it.
Yeah.
So we have the original Evil Dead now back in the game against Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh.
This is rough.
Oh fuck. God damn it.
And I mean, we have already discussed both of these, so
yeah.
Unless we disagree, we don't need to talk further. But if we disagree, we're gonna have to go back and forth on this.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna disagree.
Okay.
I honestly it took a minute. I think it's Nightmare. I think it's Nightmare on Elm Street.
I thought we were going to get in debate territory because that's the one I wanted to move forward.
Well, we've talked about everything on here, and
Yeah.
I do love, of course, I love, love, love Evil Dead, and I
Same.
respect the shit out of
Yeah.
it. And if we're talking about 2 or 3, then
Yeah.
it would be a different conversation. But we're talking about the original, and it's one of my favorite movies on this list,
Mm-hmm.
easily. But I think after we've talked about Nightmare on Elm Street as well, that's the one that I want to move forward. And so we're not in disagreeing territory.
Okay, good. Because I thought this is where we were going to get in debate. Because I wanted to move Nightmare.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
My boy Freddy.
They've both got the fucking effects.
Yeah, both of the practical effects in both films are really solid.
Both a visionary
10 out of 10.
horror director.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Classics. But today, Nightmare on Elm Street moves forward.
Yeah.
Now we're on to Texas Chainsaw Massacre versus Scream.
Okay.
Oh boy. So we have talked about both of these.
Yes.
Okay, you go.
Me?
You go.
No.
It's your turn.
No, I don't want to be in the hot seat.
I want to know what you want to move forward.
Oh, jeez. Okay, the pressure.
I don't think it's that much pressure. I feel like I know what you're going to pick, but go for it.
Why do you say that? Why do you always...
Well, just based on the discussions we've had.
I love both of these movies, but I enjoy both of them. But if I had to choose, I want to move forward Scream.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because you wanted to move forward Saw. So I knew you didn't care that much about Texas Chainsaw.
I love the first movie. I love both of them. I enjoy both of them, but
as I said, I'm not really in the best position to defend Texas Chainsaw because I need to see it again. So of course I'm down to move that forward. Down to move Scream forward. Now the funny thing about that is we're pitting Wes Craven's masterpieces against each other.
Hey, that's the brilliant.
And this is what I like
Of Wes
about
Craven.
this is why I'm glad we did this list also, because I didn't predict this. Like it could have been Evil Dead.
No,
it could have been Nightmare on Elm Street. It could have been Texas Chainsaw. It could have
I
been
was
Scream.
actually thinking earlier, I'm like, oh, I wonder. I wasn't like, oh, this is definite, but I was just thinking, I was thinking to myself, like, at some point of us doing this, I was like, oh, that would have been fun. That would be funny if Scream and Nightmare on Elm Street are the ones to be winning. I guess I predicted that.
Well,
because I was just thinking to myself, like, oh, that'd be funny.
and again, Evil Dead is very close for me.
Yeah.
That one's very close to my heart. Love it. But this is where we ended up today, and all right, we'll see you next time. No, I'm just kidding. We do have to pick between these.
Okay.
And for me, my gut feeling is Scream, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I think it's better made. I think it's more fully realized. And even as I'm saying that, I'm having second guesses. I'm second guessing myself because those are also great things you could say about Nightmare on Elm Street. But I don't know. I think Wes truly grew and meditated on what he wanted to do by the time he made Scream. And that's why we do have a prototype with New Nightmare of this type of thing. So it's almost like we got his rough draft, and then we got this fully realized thing that he wanted to make as a trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
And the first part of that is just chef's kiss.
Agreed.
But I don't know. I'm not going to talk shit on Nightmare on Elm Street. like I said, it's incredibly inventive.
Yeah.
And unique, and just like I was saying, at the time when that came out, it was like, what the hell, this is amazing. But then he just did it again with Scream like 15 years, or no, like what?
Well,
12 years later or something.
Nightmare on Elm Street came out sometime in the 80s, early 80s.
I think 84.
Yeah, and
I'd
then
have to check, but I think 84, and then Scream was 96.
Yeah.
So this was like Green Day putting out Dookie, and then 10 years later putting out American Idiot.
Yeah, that's literally it. Oh my god.
Because you just gotta think of the landscape with movies. Nightmare on Elm Street was a game changer, and then Scream was a game changer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they both like just took fun and original approaches to a horror movie.
Also, I love
Nightmare on Elm Street wins for the effects. But Scream, I don't know. Shit, I guess if I'm just going off of like, if I'm trying to like think up categories and then put them together based on categories, Nightmare on Elm Street might actually win. But I think Scream is the better movie. And I don't know if I can put it into words right now. What do you think? What's the better movie?
I love both of these movies.
Of course.
Go figure. But I want to move Nightmare.
You want to move Nightmare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, I guess, but I feel like I could be convinced either way.
I think now I love Ghostface, but a thing that I've kind of always had I love Scream, but I guess I'm not like crazily obsessed like compared to like, Chucky or Freddy or Michael. One thing that I've always kind of had issues with is like Ghostface as a killer as a villain. I wouldn't say he's all that scary. Like,
no.
Because it's different. It's always someone different behind the mask. And Freddy is such a terrorizing villain because he comes at you and can kill you in your sleep.
He makes you scared to go to bed.
Where that is like the most sacred thing when you actually like really think about it. It's like, oh yeah, like, you work your ass off all day and stuff. All I want to do is come home and sleep. But if Freddy was like real, you couldn't do that. Because you're so fucking tired, you gotta like stay up constantly taking sleeping pills or not sleeping pills, just I forget the medicine that they even use in the first movie that Nancy figures out, that you have to constantly stay awake so you don't fall asleep.
Well, it's an interesting concept because everyone's got to sleep.
You think you're safe when you're asleep, but no, he comes in and will fucking kill you.
I was thinking that too, but honestly, like, you're most vulnerable when you're asleep.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You're most vulnerable when you're sleeping.
Yeah, in real life, you're most vulnerable while you're sleeping too. But it's insidious because he gets inside.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's, to me, comparing.
See, so it is a scarier villain concept for sure. It's gonna make you scared to go to sleep. So that's scary.
And I mean, I think
it's got the effects.
Yeah, it does. And Freddy himself as a villain. I mean, I don't know.
It's got the iconic villain.
Freddy's just so good. I love him as a villain. He's one of my favorites.
I think a lot of the.
And Robert Englund fucking did his thing.
What Scream does better, I think, is the characters.
Well, yeah, I can agree with that.
And the dialogue.
Yeah, because you have the quip whip writing and Scream, the commentary. Yeah, you got Sidney Prescott. Like I've always said. Yeah, see, both of these movies have my my personal favorite final girls, Nancy Thompson and Sydney Prescott. They're both badass final girls. Nancy does her fucking shit to defeat fucking Freddy, and Sydney does whatever the fuck she needs to do to fucking kill Ghostface. And she steps up in every single one of her movies.
In Nightmare on Elm Street, most of the characters kind of do feel like fodder, like it kind of falls into that for me.
Yeah.
They don't. I don't find the characters to be interesting.
Fair.
Or have much to them. Like I always get shit from you and Maddie for still never like knowing the name of the final girl.
Nancy Thompson.
Because I've never thought there was much to her character. But you can disagree with that on its face all you want, but especially I think when you compare it to the characters in Scream, the characters in Scream are very memorable, in my opinion. Whether it's Sydney or fucking Gail Rivers, right?
Yeah.
That's her name?
I think.
How often is that her name?
Isn't it Gail Wait, hold on.
Gail Weathers?
Gail Weathers, that's what it is. Yeah.
Gail Weathers.
Yeah, you
how
said
often
Rivers.
how often do I even remember a side character in a horror movie's name? Yeah, and then I know you got Billy and Stu.
Randy,
like I think it's got character. It's got so much personality.
I agree with you on that.
It's got all that on Nightmare on Elm Street. And Nightmare on Elm Street, they both have great concepts. So I think like it's a stalemate when it comes to concept. And then when it comes to effects, it's Nightmare on Elm Street easily. Like Scream doesn't.
I mean, there's nothing with
Scream's not very
it's just
concerned
stabby
with that.
stab. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the issues I've always had with Ghostface as a villain.
He's not a creative killer.
Yeah, he's not.
It's a true kind of stalemate in my head. So if you're not convinced with Scream, I'm down to say Nightmare wins. We can say that, but my personal pick is Scream, and I just think they're very close.
They're very close.
They've both got different strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, I can agree because I mean I definitely agree with you with the characters because if Scream I would say has the better characters because exactly what you said. It has
the best
characters.
Twists and turns.
Yeah.
Too.
Like because the movie focuses on Sydney, but we got all these other side characters that are also just on par with Sydney.
They're memorable.
Yeah, they're all memorable.
We named 5 characters that are memorable.
Yeah. We got Sydney herself. We got Stu, we got Billy. We got what's her face? I just said her name too. Stu's girlfriend. Oh my god. I just said her name.
I don't know his girlfriend's name, but we have 5 characters I do know, and that's a lot.
Yeah,
for a movie that
I
think that I saw once. I might have seen it twice, but like, geez.
Tatum, that's her name. Yeah, and then we got the principal himself. The principal himself.
Versus Nightmare on Elm Street, where there's Johnny Depp. I don't even know.
Scream has Matthew Lillard. Ooh.
But I don't know Johnny Depp's character name. It's just like it's a cool kind of trivia about like, oh yeah, Johnny Depp was in that. And then there's the main girl.
Glenn.
Nope. Oh, is that his name?
Yeah, that's his name.
Okay.
Glenn.
Yeah.
We got a memorable shot. I mean, there's multiple in Nightmare, but another memorable shot is with Tina, the blonde girl, who like goes outside and sees Freddy, and he's like this with his hands, like waving, and all of a sudden she's running down the hallway, and you see his like
no
arms.
running in the hall.
Yeah, just getting all like.
No, that's
big.
funny. Yeah,
I love that whole scene.
There's a lot.
Also,
of cool
another
stuff.
scene is where Nancy's in school. And fun fact, the teacher in that scene is the old lady from Insidious.
Right.
And yeah, she's in the hallway, and you see the girl with the pigtails. She's like, "No running in the hallway," and that's Freddy.
I can't remember.
And then you see, yeah, it's in Nightmare on Elm Street, and then she sees the dead body bag of Tina just scooting away in the hallway, and it's all bloody.
Oh, it's Lynn Shay. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in a lot of horror movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's also another memorable scene. There's multiple memorable scenes in Nightmare on Elm Street. But
now that we've dissected it, it's just truly a stalemate to me. But that's why we'll go with your pick.
Oh, okay.
So are you sticking with Nightmare or have you changed?
I love both of these movies, but Scream is just as good, but
it's a stalemate on paper.
Both of these are good. Yeah.
My choice is still Scream, but I'm willing to just let you have this one because, I mean, well, let's be honest. You gave me Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
And I feel truly that they're both goats.
They're both goats, but I think for me, what I mentioned earlier is that when it comes down to the villains doing what they have to do, Freddy will kick Ghostface's ass because you're most vulnerable when you're sleeping. Sure. And I think that is terrifying. Because just when you think you're sleeping and you're safe and you're all good, all of a sudden you got this fucker in your head trying to kill you.
To me, that's not going to decide what's the better movie, but it's worth discussing.
No, I'm not saying it's
worth talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it makes Nightmare a better movie because I think both of these movies are great and they're both very iconic in horror and pop culture in general. They both it's Wes fucking Craven. He fucking made both of these movies. Both of these movies are still talked about to this day. That's why he is the horror director. Like, he's up there when talking about like horror directors and stuff like that, because he both made iconic horror movies that are referenced all the time. Both of these movies are referenced all the time in pop culture and just in general. Like, he's fucking iconic. Both of these movies are. And both of these movies will be talked about like down the line years later.
Well,
so
I wrote it down. We declare it. Nightmare on Elm Street wins.
Yeah. He was, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Nightmare on Elm Street was like one of like after watching Chucky, it was the very few movies I watched after. And yeah, I actually, not going to lie, I was actually pretty terrified of Freddy.
Well, it's a very scary concept.
Yeah, because
especially to the young mind.
Mm-hmm. I was scared to sleep.
I was definitely scared to watch the movies.
Yeah. I remember showing this to my younger sister, and she was fucking petrified after watching the movie. So, the movie does fuck with you. Yeah.
All right. That's our bracket.
Hey.
All our thoughts are out there.
That was a good one.
Wes Craven is apparently king.
Yep, he is. He's the GOAT. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I like that one.
It was fun. We did some horror stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see if maybe next week we'll be able to do what we hinted at last week, and if not, we'll find something else. But we'll
just keep teasing you.
Our goal is to get to that one at some point. That one's not horror, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah. All right.
Yeah, that was a good one. Had fun with this episode.
Yeah, we had quite the debate at the end there.
Yeah. Well, not really.
I mean, it took time. It took a lot of time.
Yeah, no.
To come to our final conclusion.
Yeah, I didn't think you were going to agree with. Well, no, I just thought you were going to be definite with wanting to move yours forward, but we were both lenient with each other, so that was nice.
Yeah, I mean, 3 out of 4 times we agreed that my choice was better anyway.
Go figure.
Well,
Which is nothing wrong with that, by the way. Yeah.
three of 4 times we agreed.
Yeah.
And then on the 4th one, you gave it to me. So, you
Yeah.
know, you got the last one.
Hey.
All right. Yeah. We've never requested comments before because I don't think we have a consistent viewership at all.
Oh my God.
But if someone makes it here and wants to comment, give your vote for Nightmare or Scream.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Contribute to the conversation.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
That will do it for us here, folks.
And I guess we'll just see what we're doing next week.
Yeah. Hope you all enjoyed this episode as much as we had fun.
Sorry
And-
it's late. It's supposed to go up in 3 minutes, but it will not be.
Yeah. Yeah, we got busy lives now. So,
Hooray.
yeah.
All right. See ya when we see ya.
Catch y'all later. Bye.